it was an amazing experience. Like I wouldn't have known where to go or what to do if I hadn't been followed you guys, if I hadn't seen this story, and I've been watching and seeing how it's been working, and you guys gave me the confidence to take that leap. And I'm very thankful that we did. Oliver was diagnosed in 2016. He was 7 years old. And he'd always kind of gotten tired by the end of the day. He got to the point where he was tiptoeing a lot, from his calves being sore. And what really did it is he was falling down every day. I'm thinking it's, I don't know, an Achilles issue or something smaller, but she pulled me aside and she's like, I really think we need to consider this might be muscular dystrophy. And I mean, I was flabbergasted. You know what I mean? No one is ever expecting like something like that to come up. And I went home and I Googled all the symptoms and I just felt sick because I was like, oh my God, this is it. And I really struggled in the beginning because the doctors kind of were, they weren't very sensitive. They were, we were having conversations, and I didn't want Oliver to be in there when he would say that his life could end at a certain age. I didn't want my son to be around that, because what good does that do a 7-year-old? He doesn't have any understanding of what that means. And that was really hard to deal. And when you hear that your son has this this disease, and the only treatment is steroids, and everybody gasps because they know what long-term steroids do to people. It's terrible for them. And that's when I started researching about what's going on, what treatments are available, what are other people doing. And that's when I came across Ryan's story. Following his blogs early on, following the social media and the concerts, and seeing him in a band, you know what I mean? Like, that to me was like, oh my gosh, this guy, this is someone that's living his life. He has been such an inspiration for me. And from day one, I knew that we were going to seek stem cell. And I followed the research, and I kept watching and we made the decision. I know most of the time people wait until you're really in a dire straits, but I'm in the weird mindset of, why wait? If this is something that could help, why wait till he gets to a point where he's, unable to function or struggling or can't breathe or can't do most of his normal things? Like, I wasn't willing to wait. So we were proactive, and it was an amazing experience. Like, I wouldn't have known where to go or what to do if I hadn't been followed you guys, if I hadn't seen this story, and I've been watching and seeing how it's been working, and you guys gave me the confidence to take that leap. And I'm very thankful that we did. And we've been seeing the same cardiologist for his entire treatment. And we had told him that we were considering stem cell treatment, and he was very, very dismissive, oh my God, you're going to go where? And it's going to cost how much? And then he looked at Oliver and he was like, Oliver, what do you think about this? And Oliver says, well, it's worth a try. He was just Braveheart, he didn't complain. Wasn't nervous. Like, even at the treatment center, they face out the window, which I'm sure you've seen, in that beautiful bay of Panama, when like the tears were rolling down my face, and Oliver had a straight face, and he popped out of his seat, and we just went about our business. So, the community of people was great. I can't say enough about the Stem Cell Institute. They were wonderful. They great follow-up, and they're still consistently, checking in to see what's going on. So I think he'd been quiet for a really long time, but it isn't until recently that he's realizing, like, he wants to go to college. He's into trains. He wants to go to Michigan State to a football college so he can be a part of that environment. And like you said, we never thought it would be a reality. I thought that Oliver would be with me forever. And all I want for him is to go have that experience, to experience his, like you said, his own friends, his own passions, his own dreams, his own things. And it's a dream come true for me. Like, that college is an option, right? Which it could have been an option before. Kids go to school with Duchenne, but you know what I mean? It's that much scarier. And, you limit yourself because you've been told you're going to die. It's awful. These kids are told at a young age that they're going to die. And, when you spend your time in the hospitals and doctors and worrying and all this thing, they lose a little bit of their childhood. They don't get that freedom, besides the physical part, but even the mental part of this. It's heavy. It's really heavy to have this diagnosis over the top of you. It's hard to accept. It's hard to accept really what's happening. And in that situation, it's hard to say, okay, well, we're going to go live anyways. Hopefully what we're doing will change it from that dire story of like, oh no, that's what you have, like that's what we're hoping. So that doesn't have to be the end of the world story. That's what I would really encourage people to do. And especially if we have treatment options like this, it gives people that chance to live. Like, we can give people hope that it's not over with this diagnosis.